Somebody who could be very... The ball.
It's very clever bowler, Kushan Mali. It doesn't look like that, but he uses his mind.
Attempted sweep and no contact made. Yeah, I think Mala will be a definite option. Mohamed Adil Alam, with all of his slower balls, his cutters, his leg cutters in particular, should be a good option too. Nepal are going along at exactly a run a ball. I think probably the best approach might be to do that for the next 4 or 5 overs. If they get to the 15 over marker at 90, in a normal T20 I'd think they're miles short. I think on this pitch might give you an okay platform to get to 140 if you have a big final 5. And Gulshan Jazz impact on this tournament, you've got him up your sleeve.
Oh, Simon is bowling in a right pace, a bit slower through the air. That is why it's difficult for these batsmen to play down the ground.
Yeah, really nicely bowled into the block hole. Ari's looked busy since he's come to the crease, which is what he's been sent in for. Not even sure if we'll actually see the medium pace of Daniel Archer today. Maybe just, they might bowl him 1 over or maybe 2 just to mean they don't have to go back to Amir Farooq if they don't want to. But it's going to be spin, spin, spin for the moment. And you can see why a very adventurous single, but a well-judged one, will close out the first session. It means that Nepal will go along at exactly a run a ball. They've lost 3 wickets, and we're in for an old-fashioned low-scoring arm wrestle this evening. And Qatar very much sensing the potential of a second-ever victory over Nepal, and a win that would keep their World Cup hopes alive. Nepal have it all to do in the second half of this first innings. It's 60 for 3. So welcome back after the drinks break into the final 10 overs of this first innings. Just talking about whether or not they'll use Daniel Archer tonight, and in he comes to the attack. The keeper will come up to the stumps, probably try and do what Mohamed Adil Alam will be utilised for in the second innings for Nepal. Very clear instructions being given by the skipper Mirza Mohammed Beg. This will just be ball stump to stump, keep things tight.
Yes, and not seam up deliveries, mixing his pace, use variation.
No, that's not where you want to start. freebie down the leg side and clipped away for 4. Powdle is the master of using the pace on the ball, whether it's seamers or spinners, and just deflecting and nudging it into areas that are unguarded by fielders. Lovely leg glance, his second of the innings for 4.
Yet again, a seam-up delivery down the leg side. It's all about bowling cutters, the off-cutter, the leg cutter. The pitch is so slow. If you bowl seam-up deliveries, it will nicely come onto the bat. That is why the spinners mainly always Ahmed bowling that pace. That is why he's restricted the batters.
Not the right line again. Myrie wants the single, probably would have got there, and Powdle says, calm down, Tiger. You've had a busy 24 hours.
It's actually the tiger and the cheetah at the crease.
Yeah, they really are rapid, aren't they? Just great to watch as a consequence.
There is a change in the field. The deep mid-wicket fielder has been brought in the 30-yard circle, and even the fine leg is brought in to short fine.
Short and wide, and again deflected away. Will only be a single this time. Been a good innings this from Powdle, isn't it? We were talking before the start of play-off air, me and you, Paresh, we were saying if Powdle makes sort of 40 off 40 or 50 off 50 tonight, it would be a crucial innings from the skipper, and he's probably just the right man to do it. He's going even better than that at the moment.
He's very patient in the middle. Hasn't looked, apart from the first ball that he faced, the inside edge that he got for a boundary. Apart from that, he hasn't looked in any trouble or something like that.
Great running again from Myrie, gets them home comfortably for 2. This has been a really good assessment of the conditions by this pairing. Tricky role for Mala to play. He's in there as a power hitter and got that one big hit away. Got a second ball he liked in his area and caught and bowled. Just wonder would he be better being held on to a bit further down the order. Easy with hindsight, as a mistake from Imal Lianage is going to allow a second again. These two are, well, Powdle wants a third. It would have been lunacy going back for 3. But they're so quick, these two. You can't take your eyes off them. You look at the screen, they're like a blur.
The 2 quickest members of the national side for Nepal, captain and the vice captain.
Another lovely deflection, and just the pressure that's being applied. That wasn't an easy one for Amir Farooq. Probably would have been a single anyway. But as soon as they rush through for the single, every single Qatari fielder on the offside of their hands and their hips. It's deflating, isn't it?
It's actually 11 runs off the over so far without taking any risk. This is how these two are so quick.
And I didn't think this was necessary as a bowling change either. Again, the deflection. Almost right off the chest of the keeper. It'll be 12 runs from the over. It's a good one for Nepal. I think it's the best of the innings. And the score moves to 72 for 3. We've had lots of questions coming in online, Paresh, about the various permutations and possibilities. It's a bit too early to actually even speculate about them, to be honest, because of the fact that there are a number of scenarios where you can win 3 and not qualify, or win 2 and qualify. As Powdle helps that round the corner. Another one runs straight to the fielder. The only bits of information I can give you for certain is that you cannot qualify with 1 win or no wins. And you will definitely qualify with 5 wins or 4 wins, because you cannot get 4 sides tied on 4 wins apiece, not mathematically possible. So 4 wins is enough, as is 5, of course. And there is no final, so 5 will make you the champions. As they're somehow going to get 2 again. Exceptional running. It's aggressive. It's contagious to watch. And yeah, for me, I don't think you're going to be comfortable sitting with 2 wins, but if you've got 3 and a good net run rate, you'll have a good chance.
Yes, it is because you've carried 2 points from the group stages to the Super Sixes.
Again, this is probably going to be 2 more. Look at the athleticism from Irie and Powdell. Make it look easy.
Yeah, they are setting a benchmark for all the players, all the reserve players as well, and the players who are not in the squad back home. Sundip Zora is also as quick as these two in between the wickets.
Yeah, just needing a little momentary breather, understandably. There's Rohit Powdell, and he has the maturity to just say, sorry, I'm not ready. Nothing is right to do that. Mujibur Rahman has a change of ends. Such a helpful surface. They are poor figures, aren't they, for a left-arm spinner? He's bowled a bit too flat and just been a bit too predictable for me, and Nepal are doing a great job at scoring from every delivery off him.
Apart from OS Ahmed, he's bowled in the right pace in this wicket. Mujibur Rahman is bowling a bit flatter.
Yeah, it's just too quick, isn't it? That easily could be 4, and with the misfield, it's going to be helped away. Mohammed Tanvir, the 44-year-old, gets the dive in. And look at the double teapots, they're everywhere. The bowler's not happy, the skipper's not happy, and Nepal are somehow turning this game heavily in their favour, running Qatar ragged.
This is all because of the running between the wickets of these two. They're just running when the ball is hit to the fielder. That is why the misfield was caused, because of the running.
This is brilliant batting. Been a really good partnership between these two. 12 have been bowled, 83 for 3. Yeah, so just to confirm, each of the 6 sides will play 5 matches in this Super 6, one of which was in the group stages, and they carried through the points from. That's why Oman, Nepal and the UAE had a 2-point head start. But Japan's tight 4-run win over Samoa last night has got them on the board in this table, and Qatar would love to get on the board by the end of this evening with a victory. It would really squeeze the table, actually, between 2nd and 6th place. I'll give you one more permutation, which really just furthers what I was talking about earlier. Paresh, if Nepal were to win tonight, their next game is against Oman. So that would be an absolute certainty in terms of the fact that whichever side wins that game will get to 4 wins and will qualify for the World Cup, and they will celebrate as such, I would imagine. The side that loses it will still be in a very strong position, and they just need to win their last game to qualify for certain. But even with 6 points and a good net run rate, you'll have a good strong chance. So Oman are sitting pretty on home soil. They so often do wonderfully well at this venue in qualification events. They know the conditions brilliantly. But that'll be Wednesday night under the floodlights. You and I will be on duty for that one, Paresh. And whoever wins it, if Nepal get past Qatar this evening, will qualify for the T20 World Cup and take the first of those 3 spots.
Yeah, saying that the day after tomorrow's game, Nepal, they must win today.
Correct, yeah. And that's presuming that they get past the men in maroon this evening.
It's going to be Amir Farooq to change his ends.
It's been a masterful partnership, this. Adept at reading the conditions. You obviously want to get as many as you can when you bat first, but with the way Nepal have been bowling and fielding, anything over 140 is going to be a very tall task for Qatar. And they're not on track for 140, they're on track for more than that now, thanks to this 4th wicket partnership.
That is what we saw last night when Alishan Sharafu was going guns. They came back so strong, Nepal, to win the match by 1 run.
Short ball pulled away. There's protection out there. Interesting they've gone Tamir Farouk. Mirza Mohammed Beg is seeing things differently to you and I here, isn't he? He's continuing to bowl a lot more pace on than we expected.
He said at the toss that batting second will be good to bat on the wicket because of the floodlights, and he said that chasing will be a better option. That is why he chose to field first. And the other thing that he said, that he will know the target.
Picked up into the night sky. That travels many a mile. That ball might not be coming back. A lovely swivel pull shot. They're jumping for joy up in the crowd thanks to the captain of Nepal, who's playing a gem of a knock.
It came inside the line of the ball and helped it over fine leg for a massive six. Can this be the momentum for Nepal to get to a good total?
Well, I think they're in a very strong position now. Really do. They've come out all guns blazing after the drinks break. 60 for 3 after 10 overs. In the course of just 15 balls has become 91 for 3. Just felt it was Rohit Paudal's night. We spoke about it at length, didn't we? Paresh, he's got a few starts, in fact 3 starts in the competition. He can't keep a good man down. As the Yorker speared in by Farouk. It feels as though that noise around the criticism of Paudal as captain has quietened down. It's never far from coming back, given Nepal cricket social media, which could be a roller coaster ride within itself. But the whole nation very much behind the young man now.
The whole nation is behind. Not only the whole nation, all the Nepalese who are out of the nation, they are also backing up the captain. The numbers show that he's been the best captain of Nepal.
Driven away. Again, I think they'll think of the second very aggressive running, outstanding running, and good recognition of the fact that the fielder, Mujibur Rahman, is a left-arm thrower. If he was a right-arm thrower, I think it would have been risky, but he had to run around the ball. It was a bit slow to release, and body on the line. This is fantastic batting. It's been a wonderful partnership.
It's been neat touches, clean touches, and big hitting by Rohit Paudal. Moves to 45 of 31. We were talking about 40 of 40 will be a very good score for Rohit Paudal, but it's 45 of 31. A good strike rate.
What a time for the captain and vice-captain to come together and say, this is our night. Tonight's our night. And now he'll go to the ramp. Won't quite get to 50 yet. 1 bounce 4. They're taking a real liking to Farouk, who's travelling the distance. The last 3 overs have gone for 37. Nepal, 97 for 3. A 49-run partnership has come in, well, just a fraction over 5 overs. And Qatar are forced to turn back to Owais Ahmed. Captain looks a bit rattled there, doesn't he? Mirza Mohammed Beg, generally very calm. Just made a few strange choices, isn't he? I thought he would have bowled his 4 on the bounce up at the top. He's held one back for himself. Farouk has not looked like a good option in these conditions. And now Nepal are doing a brilliant job of complete.
Put outside the line.